Bitcoin is currently forming a pattern that could take us into a new all-time high, and we want to take advantage while this is still shaping up. And there's so much more content for you to come here. In today's episode, we're going to talk about all these chart layouts that you're seeing here right now, also about a potential altcoin season and much, much more. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Thursday. Always forget which day it is. For me, every day is Saturday, more or less. So we jump directly here into the DXY. The DXY started to break down here now from that bear flag or bear pennant, whatever you want to call that. Remember, I showed you yesterday the target. The target is around 91 points. So now that we have broken down, we need confirmation. Best case for confirmation is, first of all, we close below that trend line here, and by tomorrow we get another drop, a Friday drop here on the dollar index. That would be the perfect outcome to see here. You should remember that this bear pennant has, of course, as the name says, a bearish bias, so it should technically move further to the downside, but not in like 2-3 candles unless something crazy happens in the world. It will be more a gradual move over the summer until early August, mid-August, in my opinion, that we before we reach that level. A rate cut in July can lead to acceleration of that process, but only if we get actually a rate cut in July already. So here on the daily chart for Bitcoin, we are currently forming a bull flag pattern, and this bull flag pattern tried yesterday and today already to break here to the upside. Once we are breaking here to the upside, you have a technical target, and this is crazy. You have, first of all, the conservative target of $136,282, and then the bullish target, and that's a crazy one, $144,648. So here is the first potential next trade setup that you can take. You want to definitely trade this from the breakout, not when we come back here to the bottom. So there is basically just this setup here, but based on how you measure the price target, you have either here the $136,282, which is already a 26% move to the upside, or you have here the higher target, and for that level, we're just gonna use here quick array. That is the other level, and to make this one here also a little bit clearer, we're gonna set this up over here. So these are the two potential targets. To 100%, I would close my trade, that specific trade setup, when we get it to $136,200 approximately. Once we're getting the breakout and the stop loss is under this low here of that candle. I can technically go bigger on the stop loss with that trade. I can put it here until this candle if I want to. It's then a 7.3% of a stop loss against a 26.2% profit, and the risk to reward ratio is still absolutely here fine. And the likelihood that we come here again under $99,000, basically $100,000 below that, is right now really, really low. On this daily chart, we have broken above this downward sloping trend line here, and currently we get rejected from the 0.786 level at $107,900. Also not really surprising. I'm going to show you a lot of confluence around that level, why I'm not surprised. Also want to mention here, I said yesterday around $109,000 I would expect that we are getting from there a small pullback before we push further to the upside if we are reaching these levels. We bounced, we basically broke out here through the golden ratio, and now we are trapped between the golden ratio and the 0.786 on a daily chart, but this is absolutely fine, even if we just consolidate here for 2 or 3 days and then get the next push. Absolutely fine, but the lower time frames are drawing a different picture, and that is one of the pictures here right now. I gave you yesterday this trade setup here, and said if we come when we hold above this trend line here at $107,245, I would consider longing. If you would now be already in that position, you are just hovering a little bit above your entry price, so nothing really crazy, but you want that Bitcoin soon starts moving in here into the top of the range to $109,000 and breaks through that to the upside and takes out all the way up here that all-time high over there. So that's what you want to see here for the next move over the next coming hours. If we are going lower, then I want to remind you that price always returns to the moving averages when we have gotten a golden cross. So now price is pretty far away from the golden cross, all the way down here. We always come back to retest these moving averages as support, bounce off from there, get continuation. So if we break here lower, it's absolutely not a big problem because we have a big stop loss. I don't see us coming here down to, what is this, the purple one, the 200 moving average in purple. I don't see that happening. The 50, yes, maybe even the 20, but then continuation to the upside. On the 1 hourly chart with our V-shape pattern, nothing really has changed here. We are just consolidating. In the most traded VPVR area, here is historically right now the current most traded area for Bitcoin. Once we are leaving that area and we go above $108,000 with a 1 hourly candle close, you're gonna see that we start ripping to the upside. And then most likely gonna hit straight away that target here of that V-shaped recovery pattern that we actually predicted correctly 1 or 2 days before it actually broke to the upside. The next pattern that's shaping up, and that is also really important one, is here on the 1 hourly chart, an ascending triangle. Currently we fell out of it, but it is definitely plausible that here in the next 1 to 2 hours that we are pumping back into this, and this is just a small deviation while we are anyway just sitting here on support, really strong support by the way. Once we are coming back into that ascending triangle, by tomorrow we would get a breakout here to the upside. I also show you this technical target because this is now a shorter term trade that we can take, more and more immediate trade, so to speak. So here the technical target is $109,800 approximately, and here would be my stop loss. So you see that's like a 1.46% move to the upside. That's like a scalp trade against the 0.6% stop loss. So here I would go crazy with leverage if I want to make money. So here I would go in with like 25x, like at least 25x, not 100x. Don't get me wrong, not 100. 25 is like the minimum that I would get into this trade. Actually, if this breaks to the upside, I'm gonna take that trade myself. I'm gonna share it with you. So, but most likely I'm gonna take like 25x to make sure that I can not get stop hunted here once this is breaking to the upside. If you want to take that trade with me together, then sign up on BloFin. Not only can we now make a lot of money during the competition that they have starting from tomorrow with $4.2 million of a prize pool, plus that you can win here a Tesla truck. So you see here the clock is ticking, but you can also spin the wheel and, for example, win 50 Solana. You just need to sign up and deposit at least $500. If you do that, not only will you get access to my private trading group, where we currently also have a competition where or a challenge where I handhold you to go from $500 to $10,000. And I'm gonna do that now during the competition time. So not only will you make money by being in the Telegram group, you will make money on top of that while we are in the competition. So if we get in the ranks high up enough to actually get a share of the prize pool, then we also get a share of the prize pool plus all the money that we made in the challenge in the Telegram group. So there's steps explained in the pinned comment below and in the description of my video. So just that you know, there you find everything. Plus, you will also get access to my trading course. That's right now absolutely for free if you deposit at least $100 on BloFin. So if you want to learn properly trading and you have no clue right now what I'm talking about when I show you charts, or not as much, you know, or you are highly unprofitable, then just open a BloFin account with the link in the pinned comment below and in the description below, deposit $100 and do the course, you know. So here all the steps are explained for that, and also for Telegram, everything is explained over here in that section. If you want to deposit at least $500. Again, everything is in the description and pinned comment below. Now let's move on here. I have not so much time. So here on the liquidation levels, we have some over-leveraged liquidity around $109,500 and also here at $111,500. I was speaking about for quite a while. Price is now in the middle to move higher and liquidate everybody to the upside and liquidate all these shorts, or come one more time down, most likely to the 200 moving average here, grab the liquidity in this level, then go back to the upside. The good thing is that we are about to get now finally a solid golden cross in the next coming hours. We can get it as soon as late Saturday night, maybe even earlier, depending on how Bitcoin is behaving. So if we just consolidate here now into late Friday, early Saturday, then the 50 moving average will still come up here higher in that angle, and then we get a nice push past a new all-time high really quickly. On the liquidation heat map, I don't really need to refresh that because I just did this earlier. As you can see here, just what I mentioned, $111,000, there's where all the liquidity is right now, the majority of the liquidity, but I would not rule out that we get here one more retest to the downside, take some liquidity here out on long positions at around $105,000. It could go as low as $104,500 and then we reverse and continue this upwards move. So if we break above $108,000, then we most likely go at least to 110, even 111. And not only is here a lot of liquidations, also a lot of spot sell orders are actually stacked. I had earlier a look at it. There's like at least $200 million or even more worth of sell orders stacked up there. On the MDX Algo scalp gradients, here we are running currently hot. We did not form yet a bearish divergence, which is good on the reactor indicator here. When I look at the scalp gradients, what I'm still looking for to determine that this is now a short-term top and we pull back first to the bottom of that symmetrical triangle or pennant is that we get either a take profit signal or a sell signal or a reverse, or just a dot plot. And we have not seen that yet on that chart. So, and that makes me bullish for continuation, first to the upside, getting it somewhere up here in that big order block where are also massive sell orders stacked, and then come back down into that range and then push again into higher levels. On the Bitcoin dominance, we are seeing right now a rise in the Bitcoin dominance while Bitcoin is going down. Earlier today, we came all the way down here to like 65.4%, which is just 0.3% lower from where we are currently at. Like I said yesterday, I expect here that this will start falling now to the downside. I will show you here in a second also why. We are overdue. We have still like, technically we have a couple days left to properly fall it to the downside, but it will happen really soon. Just be a little bit more patient. Why do I think that this will happen in the next coming days? Because I had a look at the others chart. That's the total market cap excluding top 10 coins. And every single time since 2021, in June, we have marked a bottom. I want to show you this here. Here, this was in June. This was in June 2022, June 2023, June 2024, June 2025. So we are getting really close for a massive move here to the upside. Every single time, as you can see, massive move to the upside in the total market cap. Also here, that was of course smaller, but also because that was a bear market. But still we got a rally during the summer. And also here we marked a beautiful bottom and got a rally. Then in 2024 also, we marked here the bottom, got a nice rally over the summer. And now we are marking here again a bottom. And that's why we are just days away, guys, days away to see here a massive expansion again to the upside in altcoins. So just be a little bit more patient. We are almost there, almost there. Like I said the other day, 2 or 3 more weeks, then it should finally be happening. And this is also what this chart here is basically confirming for us. And if you want to trade altcoins, guys, most of my altcoin trades are still happening on Bybit. So if you want a Bybit account, there is a link in the pinned comment below and in the description below, and you still get up to $30,000 worth of sign up and deposit bonuses. Plus, from the 1st of July, Bybit is open again for the European market. So also there, I'm gonna provide you with a specific link in by tomorrow, most likely. My manager just came back. So most likely by tomorrow, I'm gonna provide you with a link where you can sign up as a European member and trade then on the European platform. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So when we're looking at Ethereum, nothing really surprising. We got rejected from the point of control on the VPVR on the daily chart. The indicator still telling us that we are going to break this really soon because the MACD is just right now about to get a buy signal in the next 48 hours, in my opinion. plus that we're losing momentum on the sell side, and that is determined by the darker red candles fading into lighter red candles. Then they turn green. That means the bulls are in control and pushing the price, and this is just about to happen, while the RSI is also still going to the upside, and the stochastic RSI also pointing to the upside. In the short term, we could see here now over the next 12 hours a small pullback down to like $2,385, but from there we most likely then break into this this pennant and will keep pushing into higher levels. The reason why we're getting rejected here is mainly that this is the most traded area on the VPVR. There is no longer bar on the VPVR than this one here for Ethereum, and that is why it is posing such a big resistance. For Solana, Solana on the 4-hourly chart, if you're in that trade setup here in the first one, you are still fine. You know, we did not hit the stop loss yet. Even if we hit the stop loss, I would potentially just re-enter from there. At the same time, we are forming a bull flag. So if you want to play it a little bit safer, you wait for the break of the bull flag and put your stop loss slightly below here the lower end of that flag. The technical target is $164.63. So that is my personal next Solana trade that I'm taking. That is a 12% move here in Solana, and we are already here bottoming out in 48 hours roughly, 48 minutes roughly, with the next 4-hourly candle. The stochastic RSI is pointing to the downside, but making a turn with the signal line, as you can see in blue. So, and if that turn continues, then like I said, with the next 4-hourly candle, we're gonna get most likely a relief bounce. And also the MACD looks like that we're potentially getting here a bounce. Only the RSI is still pointing to the downside, but once the next 4-hourly candle starts pushing a little bit up, you're gonna also see that the RSI is slightly making a turn. If we break down from the bull flag, the lowest that I see is like $140 approximately. Of course, if you're here in this trade setup, that will knock you out, but I would just re-enter then from that level, because I don't see us retracing here all the way back down to the bottom of that candle here somewhere to like $135 or something. I cannot see that happening right now. One of the trades that I'm currently also looking at to take, if I get it, is here Uniswap at $6.83 is where I want to enter this. At the bottom of that support range, we got rejected in this massive falling wedge pattern from the downward sloping resistance line of that pattern at $7.22. I was earlier this morning thinking about and contemplating if I want to enter this at here at that level and try to trade a breakout trade, and then I was like, I'd rather watch it a little bit, and it was better that I waited. So sometimes you have to wait that the trade actually comes to you, and here it seems to be holding true. If I just wait here another 4.5 hours, I'm most likely gonna get here my entry at the bottom, and the technical target is $7.71. Here another 13% move to the upside. Here the stochastic is still pointing to the downside. The RSI does the same, and here the MACD will most likely flip red. Here is one scenario that could be playing out for Uni, and that is that we go all the way down here to $6.72, create a small divergence, come back, deviation, come back into that support level, and then push from there out of the falling wedge pattern. The next one is, it was Uni, and then we were looking at Avax. I was looking at Avax. Yeah, so Avax here also on the 4-hourly chart. You see already the stochastic is about to bottom out here with the next 4-hourly candle close. The RSI is still pointing to the downside, MACD a little bit bearish. Also here, I don't see us moving much lower than potentially $17.18, 17 cents, something like this. At the same time, we are forming here a downward sloping, and even if I take it conservatively, that target would be $19.60. If I want to make it a little bit more bullish, we're looking at roughly $20, not a huge difference, but it would make sense because here's some confluence for the next major resistance level up here. I just gonna do that quick. So here you can see, here it turned into support, support confirmed, support broken. Here again, support, not confirmed and broken, resistance retest, confirmed resistance. Now when we come up here again, it will be another retest. that might not break immediately, but shortly after at some point. But because there is the possibility that we go first a little bit lower, I want to exit here and then just compound my position, go back with all the profits from that trend line here, and then go into a higher target for Avax. So, but you have here now a lot of trades, guys. Trade together on BloFin. Don't forget, you get the course for free if you create a BloFin account and deposit at least $100. And really, really important, you have to fill out the Google form. Fill out the Google form. Without that, I cannot give you the course. I need your email address. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more profit tomorrow.